Hi, I'm Kevin Flanagan, Head of Fixed Income Strategy at Wisdom Tree.
And I'm Jeff Weniger, Head of Equity Strategy. And this is Minds on the Markets, where we go behind the scenes and beyond the trends to explore the forces impacting our markets. All right, on we go into December 2024 on the Minds on the Markets series. And you know what, Kevin, this time around in the title of the one-pager that we write, we said, when will the bill come due? But we put bill in quotation marks. And why is that?
Well, to use a Saturday Night Live reference, it was not because we're talking about Mr. Bill. That's for darn sure. We're talking about Treasury bills. And the reason being is, as we sit here today, we now know we got the red sweep officially. We now know that the Republican majority in the House will be razor thin, and they have a workable majority in the Senate. So, people ask the question, okay, where's the deficit going? How are we going to finance this? But, first, remember, you have to think about how the legislative process works, right? So the Tax Cut and Job Act from 2017, that's kind of low-hanging fruit probably to re-up that, maybe add a little SALT tax deduction framework in there as well. So at a minimum, we're dealing with baseline deficits of $2 trillion. Will they go higher? We'll wait and see. How is this going to be scored? What, in fact, do they come up with? But let's just operate under the assumption $2 trillion deficits going forward. So Treasury's going to have to continue to use their whole arsenal in their playbook: Treasury bills, T-notes, T-bonds, floating rate notes, tips, you name it.
And we flirted with the idea of maybe changing the structure of that Janet Yellen, when she was in there, it was much more of a T-bill type issuance situation. Is this going to be a Treasury that is going towards a long bond?
Well, it's a great question, right? We're gonna find out. And just for some perspective, just recently, the numbers we got showed that T-bills as a percentage of all Treasury public debt, marketable public debt outstanding, was about 22%. That's 5 full percentage points above where we were during COVID in 2021, and compares to about 15% just going back 5 years or so. So there's no doubt T-bills have become the workhorse. But Jeff, to your point, the incoming, or shall I say Treasury Secretary-elect, has had some criticisms that the Yellen-led Treasury was leaning too much on T-bills. It does beg the question, could you see a change in the mix going forward?
Well, we'll ask Kevin about that as we look to wrap. But make sure you're liking and subscribing. Of course, that's what we all say on YouTube. And you're finding the written piece on wisdomtree.com as well. All right, so what is the synopsis? Give me the Cliff's Notes on the new Treasury Secretary.
Cliff Notes. I used to never do my summer reading. I always use Cliff Notes. Jeff, you're speaking to my heart. I think the bottom line message is deficits are here to stay. They may increase. With that, Treasury supply is here to stay. The question is, what kind of a mix are we going to have? If you do move from bills back to fixed coupons, that creates a layer of uncertainty. Investors, the collective market, doesn't like uncertainty with their Treasury auctions. So it will be interesting to see how the new Treasury balances that in terms of debt management going forward. But that's secondary or tertiary. The bottom line is, show me the economy, show me inflation, show me what the Fed's going to do. That's going to be the final arbiter of where rates are going to go. But I think at a minimum, we're going to stay here at elevated levels in Treasury land.
All right, for Kevin Flanagan, I'm Jeff Weniger. This is Minds on the Markets with Wisdom Tree.